Hey Soul Tribe, welcome in. I need to talk to whoever it is that you're starting to feel a lot better about something. It's as though you have been trying endlessly, relentlessly trying to find stability. A lot of you guys have felt as though you have been tired and exhausted, and it feels as though you've been running in circles. This is going to resonate with you if you have been noticing you've been getting better. Suddenly, within the last few weeks, you have more energy. It's as though you can sleep a little bit better, as though these old blockages have been released. There are some of you who more than likely have gotten a verdict that has come through. Others of you are just beginning to shift where it is you want to go. It's as though the infinite impossible is becoming infinite potential, but it's impending and it's no longer the impending doom. Wow, we do have change is important. Release the past. The reason why you're starting to feel better is because there's something about you that is finally released from the past. I get the sense that whoever it is that you have been trying to get answers, trying to find a lot of clarity, and it's bothered you because, well, you've been still trying to press forward. It feels as though you've always had something pushing back at you, and you've been relentless about this energy, but I really get the sense that something is shifting for you because you have been releasing the past. So today's reading, I'm just going to freestyle it. Just trust that whatever you see, whatever you hear, if there's a word, if there's a synchronicity, if there's just something that you see within here that makes you go, whoa, what is that? This is for you. And if there's anything that's making you feel low-key afraid, like, oh dear God, what's this supposed to be? This is still your reading. We do have moonflower bloom, even when nobody is watching. There's been a test that you have been going through. And it's one of these tests where you've been asked to just move forward, regardless if you've had any proof of what it is you've been working towards is actually going to work out. There's been someone in here, one of you have been encouraged to really start thinking about where it is you want to go and what it is you want to do, but it's getting out of this lack mindset. A lot of you guys have been overcoming your lack mindset, and you've been asked to do it in darkness, asked to not get any kind of validation on this. What else do we have? Vision. Get clear on what you want. So there's this manifestation portal that's open right now. Basically, when you see this reading, no matter when, all of my readings are timeless. Whenever you come across this, the portal is open. So you're being asked to take some notes. And I'm being actually kind of literal right now. Have you been journaling? Have you been good about your journaling? If the answer is no, that is okay. But there's an ask right now for you to start reflecting on the last 6 to 8 months, wherever it is that you are at, to reflect on where were you at 6 to 8 months ago? Can you tune into that for just a moment? Like, what was I doing? Because it's very important for you to really recognize what you've actually gone through over the last several months to help you understand what's been happening over the past several weeks. A vision that you had for yourself is finally coming to fruition. And from that point to now, you've been really awful to yourself. I get the sense of self-talk. It's not going to be enough. Still having to trust. And that's okay. But because you're living as though you're your apparition, that's cute. You're living as though your manifestation is coming true. And this reading is just to confirm it. Your, I want to say your relationship, your manifestation is here right now. And in some ways, if this was a video game, I feel like some merchant that you came across and you just need to claim something that was left for you. It's as though your future self has been trying to get a hold of you this entire time to let you know you are following the right steps, that you are actually following your intuition, that maybe you haven't been self-sabotaging. It's more that you have been honoring where the energy was at. A lot of ways you actually did such a great job quantum leaping yourself out of your bullshit. The 3D still needs to catch up. So if you felt as though you've been in this holding pattern, just constantly going in circles and going nowhere, this is your confirmation. You are a master manifester. You actually did a really great job. In some ways, you were some kid in like grade 9 who was doing college level math. and you took for granted how good you were. We have curiosity, which says, what sparks your interest? You've been told your entire life how to live your life. And there are pros, cons. I'm sure you guys have notes based on your own personal experiences, but there's this switch off. It's as though, okay, you got all the suggestions. Okay, you tried it everybody else's way, and it's gotten you so far, but most of you, it just led you down a dark passageway. And you're being invited to start following your own breadcrumbs, start following a trail. Like, I'm talking about journaling. There's some kind of message you left for yourself months ago. There's actually an original intention you could have forgotten about. It happens all of the time. But if a manifestation is for you and you asked for it, like, it will give its opportunity to come back a few times. And a few times you just missed it because you weren't regulated yet. Your body couldn't actually handle what it is that is incoming. And in some ways, you still had a few karmic lessons to learn, especially for those of you where money is concerned with this particular manifestation. 13. Yes. Divine Feminine, step into your power. I consider this personally as the number of the lost soul tribe. You probably have been struggling, feeling as though you've had to go at this alone. Here's the thing, you're right. You have had to go at this alone. But the thing is that your karma was so thick and heavy, you had a very difficult time noticing that you've had people supporting you and cheering you on without you even noticing. There's something about what you've gone through. And it was like, to give you kind of a clue, it would be something that you've needed to work through and you've had someone to work it out with, and you were always grateful that you could just be kind of honest with them and they'd be accepting, that you'd ask for a boundary to be met and they'd meet your boundary. You've actually had somebody in your life actively doing this, but it was so gentle. You couldn't hear it through the dysregulation. Like, there's some confirmation within here. You've actually been way more supported than you've realized, but a lot of you've had to learn how to overcome childhood wounding, abandonment, and rejection. But this is coming to an end. So the ultimate question is, what is incoming? What is it that you've truly manifested? So I was working with this deck a little earlier. I did have to do a bit of a reset. There's going to be a temptation to suddenly flip the energy, and you're getting a lot better at regulating yourself. So when the energy flips and recognizing, oh, wait, no, that wasn't the right way to go, you're not self-punishing, you're not self-degrading, or you don't have the stubbornness to power through something that doesn't belong to you anymore. But I will say, I'm going to shuffle about 6 of Cups with a Wheel of Fortune underneath. There's something from your past that you've had to go through. But this is also, your past feels as though it's been fucking repeating. And I'm hearing, if you're suddenly feeling better, that's your sign. It's getting out of this idea of feeling worse is righteous, that putting up with something awful is holy. Like, no. Like, some of you have some guides who are, oh man, they have honored you and loved you this entire time. Some of this could be actually a little bit of the ancestor energy, but they've been so upset that they've had to hold back because there's something that your 3D mind needs to understand on its own and needs to come to its own conclusion. There's something that even if somebody told you the direct answer, you wouldn't have believed them. So your guides kind of had to go along with you for the guys. They had to go along with your fantasy. They had to go along with something. And you're being asked to just allow this illusion to be revealed. Because once you see it, you are breaking a very, difficult karmic pattern. Like, while judgment is the card of resurrection, just look at this divine feminine character on this deck. You're becoming a brand new version of yourself. Like, I want to say brand new virgin, but it's more of that. I'm thinking of Queen Elizabeth I. If you guys have ever seen that movie, oh, I think it was called The Golden Era. I'm totally blanking on all the details. It was a good movie. But Queen Elizabeth, though being a woman and ruling her own country, still had a lot of pressures from masculine authority. And at one point, she kind of allowed herself to be tossed around, to be manipulated, to be even betrayed by someone she loved and cared about because he was only interested in manipulating her for his own authority. And it was always this conflict. He loved her, but he still betrayed her. That's the kind of narrative that I'm picking up. And then Queen Elizabeth made a vow to God in her case to, she's like, no, from this point forward I am a virgin, which is and she's always known as the Virgin Queen. But think of it this way, this is sort of like, I no longer allow any other energy to taint me. I no longer allow any low vibrational energy to touch me. And it's to say that this, her court, though she kept them in her presence, she had to elevate herself energetically in order to attain her queen status so that she could rule with a calm and clear mind. That's why it was called the golden age or the golden era, because that's when the Renaissance came upon us. You know, I'm getting a lot of these Shakespeare references. Four of Wands, there's going to be so much for you to celebrate, especially since I'm getting, you are magnetizing a community. You are finally getting to the point where you're going to have solid friendships and people that are drawn together based on mutual interest, not trying to get to know other people by getting to know their hobbies, even if you're not really into the hobby. There's a shadow aspect of narcissism that some of you are being asked to have a look at. You're a high level empath and you were just trying to connect with people in the only way you know how, but you're being asked to have a look at that because people have taken advantage of your interest in their interests, but it's never actually something that you were interested in. I think there's also some issue with finances that are going to be starting to, I'm not saying level out, I'm saying that your financial situation is going to be more transparent and you're going to start understanding aspects of money that you couldn't access before. It's sort of like you're going to understand how money actually works, even from a 3D perspective. So we got the Fool. Two of Cups. Oh, I think this is the soulmate as well. Because for those of you who've been following my channel, we have been detecting a soulmate incoming. Because if you've been resonating with that and you feel the soulmate incoming and you're starting to feel a lot better, I'm so excited for you guys. King of Cups. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ten of Stars. You are manifesting a new love. You are manifesting a new community. You are manifesting a brand new lifestyle. For some of you, this is going to be marriage. Others of you, this is going to be business partnership. Others of you, this is just having a business and working every day towards something that you find joyful and fascinating. Because like I said earlier, beforehand, you're actually more attracted to people who are equally as broken as you because you are so fucking healing. So you would get to know the person by getting to know their interests. And that habit needs to stop. Like, absolutely stop. You're being asked to prioritize your own interests, then find the soulmates. In a lot of ways, without even realizing it, you've actually had a lot of things backwards. And this energy, if you're already feeling it, like you've been intertwined and intertangled in other people's bullshit because you were reaching out to the broken because you thought that was the righteous thing to do. You saw their pain and whatever messaging you got as a child, whether if you were bullied or maybe you were brought up in a religion and you wanted to show compassion and empathy, but you didn't quite have the wherewithal to have the discernment to know when and where your compassion and empathy is warranted, mostly because you've had bad examples. You've had a lot of bad examples. But I get the sense whoever this person is, I'm gonna tune into them a little bit. Why? Because fun. You guys deserve this. Like, 8 of Stars. Like, this is something you worked long and hard for. And I think this person has also, it's sort of like I'm hearing them say, yeah, I've deserved this. You and a soulmate. Whether if you know them or not, I can't tell. That doesn't seem to be important. But there's this feeling of calm, discernment, rebalancing. And it's sort of like as one side calms down, the other calms down with. And a lot of you guys are actually entering into unity consciousness. So, first of all, congratulations. Welcome to the next leveling up. Because you're seeing through the illusion, you're genuinely ascending. And a few of you guys are going to start looking at your past, looking at even your current reality, and starting to recognize that, oh, right, they're on a lower timeline. I don't judge them, but I see what level of consciousness that they are at. There's just certain things I can't speak to them. Like, you will be accused of the person who just gives riddles all of the time, but if you don't like speaking riddles, then don't talk to the people that you have to speak riddles in. There's something about no longer having to be vague and knowing who's worth talking to about what. Because you talk to people about your interests, but they weren't interested in you. They were just interested that you were interested in their interests. Are you confused yet? Oh, yeah. King. Oh, there we go. Queen of Wands. And we got the devil underneath. I fear and revere the Queen of Wands. This is super funny. What's underneath the devil? Five of Cups. Yeah, this is talking about no longer giving into people who are not interested in you, because you got to become interested in yourself. How have you gotten to know yourself so much better over the last 6 months? What is something about yourself that you have discovered? Because until you can tune into that, all of this is just going to be on hold until you finally decide what interests you, what makes you feel so excited to wake up and learn, examine, explore every single day. And it's going to be different for all of you. That's why your guides can't give you a specific answer. You need to come up with it from within. It takes a lot of trial and error. But if you're resonating with this particular frequency, it means you're on the fringe. You're literally on the edge of a brand new discovery of knowing who it is that you are. And it's just this sort of breaking open. See, we got the world. The world came back. That's what was showing up at the beginning of the reading. The star. All you need to do in order to magnetize this King of Cups into your life is just put your old life to an end. Put an end to the idea that if they have a completely different interest or hobby than you can learn about it. That's cool. But they allow you to explore your interests and you allow them to explore their interests. And we come together and we trade notes. There's something very simplistic about what it is that you are manifesting into your life. So, I'm going to grab the animal guides here. Let's get one final message for whoever is watching. I really hope that you're feeling the semblance of excitement. Like, God, like I've talked to some people and it's sort of like they can breathe again, they can move again. Like, how has this energy been manifesting for you? Because when we start to feel good, it means it is good. And I really hope that a lot of you guys have had a chance to check out with the Patreon membership. I just released a recent video, session 3, which is It Feels Good to Feels Love, Reiki healing meditation, because that'll help you reconnect your sense of self-love and worthiness to pleasure, your sacred sexuality, to just find enjoyment with your everyday life. If that interests you, go check out the description below and check that out. You'd be so welcome there. But underneath there, reclaim your power, Panther spirits. When you're powerful, you don't need to go out of your way to bully people and prey upon people. True power is knowing that you can withdraw, that you can just look at the situation, that you can just be. This is no longer about being intimidating. This is about you stepping into your prowess and understanding that just being yourself, while it is intimidating, it is the key to your internal power. I'm just saying, wow. Well, whoever it is that you are, thank you so much. If you need any more guidance on what is going on around you, I do provide personalized tarot readings as well as one on one live sessions. So check it out below if you'd like to purchase one of those options. Otherwise, when I see you guys at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.